Hello and welcome to MumbleCast, the oddly structured, poorly researched podcast extravaganza. My name is Liam. I'm here with my co-host Kayla.
Hi.
Hello Kayla, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Today is a glorious day.
Why?
Do you know why?
Why?
Today is our 100th episode.
Yes.
Yay!
Yay us.
Not technically 2 years. That's going to be 104, I guess.
Yeah.
But still, 100.
Yes.
Way! We're a couple of weeks behind schedule for
couple.
that. But I think we've done well.
I think we have too.
I'm super surprised we've lasted this long, even if it is sometimes
I'm
a bit of a... I'm a little bit. I don't commit to things like this and stick with them that well. Don't commit.
I'm just kidding.
When I commit to things, I typically commit to them well, but not this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done all right. And we've done some good topics. What's been your favourite?
Penguins.
You're just going to choose the very first one.
Episode 1.
Episode 1, penguins.
What was yours?
I quite like when we just talk and
Yes,
we're not actually
I
doing a
do too.
subject. I love subjects. Don't get me wrong. We've learnt quite a lot. Like that one we did on PEDs was quite good. Like form enhancement drugs. That was actually quite informative. And I've enjoyed the Marvel ones.
Yes.
And some of
And
the
Harry
Would You
Potter.
Rathers and questions.
And Harry Potter.
And all the other 99 other than... No, yes, Harry... What did we do, Harry Potter?
Yes.
What did
We
we do
haven't
in
done
Harry
all the
Potter?
movies yet, but we're working our way through
Oh,
them.
we did like 1 and 2 or something, right? Or just
I
one?
think we've watched up to 4, I feel like.
No,
Maybe
I don't
not.
think we have. I think we just did 1 and then haven't... We'll have to go back to that. We'll go back to that at some point for sure. Maybe during the next Beasts we'll finish off the first Harry Potter series.
Yeah.
Whenever that comes out. Okay, so today Kayla is going to hit me with something I don't know about.
Yeah, he has no idea.
And
I mean, you may have heard about this, but
and Kayla
we haven't talked about
you've
it.
talked about it quite a bit. A lot of pressure now for you to come up with some good topic.
it's going to be a good topic.
I know, I'm just saying.
When is this one going to air? Is this our
This
Halloween
week?
episode?
Guess so, yeah.
Yes, this is our Halloween episode, guys.
Ooh,
It's going to be spooky.
Halloween. That's perfect. So this is going to, it'll be coming this week. It's probably, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think. I can't remember. Did we put it on this week? I can't remember.
No,
Yeah,
this is the Halloween one.
Okay, Halloween one. Yay.
Yeah.
All right, well, in that case, should we do Let's Go Edge River in a Halloween type way?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case,
Let's get ready to mumble.
Was that Halloween?
No.
Okay, I'll put some noises over the background. Close.
All right.
Hit me up. Hit me up. I'm here.
Have you ever been to a haunted house?
What style of haunted house?
Any?
Like a house that's meant to be haunted, or like one of these fairground versions?
Either.
None.
Okay. Okay. Have you ever wanted to go to a haunted house? Not the real haunted ones, but the ones that are like people like put on for Halloween.
Yes. Are you going to talk about the one that was on the buzz earlier this week?
Yes.
So I don't
See,
look
I
into
told
it.
you might know.
I've not.
You haven't looked into it?
I was wanting to. Every time I heard, I was like, oh, I should go look into that. And I heard what they talked about, but I didn't actually.
McKamey Manor.
I didn't know the name of it. Yeah.
Do you win money for doing it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Okay.
you've got like we'll discuss
Yeah.
it, sure. Okay,
Okay.
so what's it called?
So this was on BuzzFeed recently, or
Uh-huh.
Buzz. It was on. I saw it on Facebook, and it pulled me in because I knew we were going to do a Halloween episode soon. I was like, man, this seems like a very haunted house. So, I've been to a haunted house once. It was the scariest thing ever, and I will never do it again.
Tell me about the one you did. What was scary about it?
Well, I'm not really sure because I hid in the back of my friend's sweatshirt the entire time. Like, I pulled her hoodie back this way and stuck my head in the hood and walked like that through the haunted house.
Oh, so it wasn't that scary then.
Oh, it was terrifying. I can still hear
I hear you
shit
back.
going on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And they can't touch you, but they can't touch us. But it was still really scary. And then it made it even worse when the clown started chasing me and then saying my name.
How did it know your name? Did you have a name tag
Because
on?
everybody was saying, calm down, Kayla, calm down.
Oh.
And then he was like, Kayla.
It kind of don't sound like that.
Oh, in my head he did. So yes, never going back.
Okay.
I don't even like last year, one of my best friends, her bachelorette thing, we went to Disney and Universal Studios, and it was the weekend before Halloween. And so during the day it's normal Universal Studios, but at night they have Fright Fest or whatever they call theirs. Yeah. But they have like all the props set up, and like if it like I was like, guys, we're getting out of here before dark, like because I've been in like Carowinds and Six Flags and things like that, and like where during the day it's normal, and at night they do the scary part. And sometimes if you like are right on the cusp, you can see these people like walking to their spots. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to be here for that.
But that's not that bad.
Yes, it is. It's still bad. Okay. I don't want to be there. So, anyway, we're going to talk about McKamey Manor. Yes, it's scary. Okay, so McKamey Manor boasts that, or like, its thing is that they'll pay you 20... How do you spell this? Sorry,
McKamey or
McKamey. McKamey.
Okay.
So they'll give you $20,000 if you can make it through this house. Or manor.
Through or like spend a night there?
Is
it like a on rails path?
So, I did a lot more research into it, and it's not your typical haunted house. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's stuff like scary stuff and like the props and everything and people dressed up, but this is more, they rely more on like psychological torture.
Yeah.
And that's how they break people. Because like scary stuff, like, if you're somebody who doesn't get scared at a typical haunted house, and that's who usually comes to these people who are like, I don't get scared at a typical haunted house. Like, I want that thrill. Uh-huh. I want something to scare me. But if you're not scared of monsters, you're probably not going to be scared of more monsters.
Yeah.
So this guy has used his, like, he was in the military, like, all of that. So he's used all of that, like, training and knowledge and created this basically torture chamber that breaks people.
But, okay, you'll carry on, I'm sure.
In order to do it, you have to be 21 or older. I think 18 could, but they have to 18 and older could get in, but 18 to 20 you have to have parent consent. You have to sign a 40-page waiver, and well, first you have to watch this hour-and-a-half long movie of basically everybody from the opening of the newest one till now telling you not to do it. Like, it's all of them saying, well, they used to not have safe words, but now they do. And it's all of them saying their safe word and then being like, I'm done, get me out of here, don't ever do, like, never do this. And over and over and over again, he tells you, like, don't do it. But people still come to do it. So
that, I remember hearing that, and I was like, they use that as the tool because that's already planting the seeds.
Yeah,
it's not as if it's...
People like you, and even me, not with this, but even me, like, the minute somebody tells me, like, do not do this, the first thing you want to do is do it.
Well, no, but even more so, like, they're planting the seeds of this is terrifying.
Yeah.
So if you see all these people saying this and that, they're already planting seeds as, I can't do this. Because everyone has self-doubt, and to the point that... So even the most hard-headed of us will still be like, fuck, maybe I can't do this.
Yeah, exactly. And then part of the 40 page, so you get there, like, once you've like been accepted, you get there, you have to, before you're accepted, you have to have a physical, like a sports physical, a psychological evaluation, and a drug test. Like, so they have to make sure like you're not going to die in this place. If all that goes through, you're permitted to come. Your payment is a bag of dog food for like the local animal shelters. He's like really big about dogs, especially greyhounds. And then from there, you meet with him and you go fill out a 40-page waiver where you like painstakingly read each line. And I think that kind of like starts it, you know, like that also is a form of like trying to like wear you down and get you into where you're not in this like good place. Again, you're doubting yourself. You're like, why am I here? Type thing. Yeah. And so after you do that, they start it. They are allowed to touch you in this one. Yeah. They're allowed to be physically aggressive with you. They're allowed to hit you, like bite you, scratch you, pull your hair. Yeah. They don't waterboard, but they like shove you underwater and make you hold your breath and like you're not in control. Like they pull you back up when you're allowed to breathe again. Yeah. They bury you alive. They make you eat like different types of like unknown substances. I've read online that if you throw up, they make you eat your throw up.
See, this is less like a haunted house.
Exactly.
This is basically
a torture chamber.
I wouldn't even call it a torture chamber because they can't. well, I don't know, I've not read the waiver, but I'm assuming they can't leave you physical things afterwards.
They can, like, he was like, you may leave with a broken finger. So, like, they can break small bones.
Okay. So, yeah, see, it totally takes away or removes the actual challenge.
Yeah.
You know?
So, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, I was watching a video about it, and the woman was like, yeah, like, you're not going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But that space in between, like, knowing you're not going to die and then dying, like, that space in between of, like, it can get really bad, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the thrill people are looking for. And that's what kind of, like, gives it that, like, heightened experience.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I don't think it's fair to say...
Because it's not as if it's going to be a set, we do this followed by this followed by this. They're going to tailor it.
Yeah.
And therefore, they're always going to be able to, well, most of the time, you'd assume they'd be able to break you.
Yeah.
Because I doubt they have, like, that limit. And the more you say a no, the more they're going to push and push and push. You know, it's not like they're going to say, okay, and we stop here.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was reading too. Like, it doesn't have a set time. It's like 6 to 8 hours. Mm-hmm. And it's like, okay, well, what differentiates if you make it to 6 versus if you make, like, say somebody made it to 6, is 6 to 8. So does that mean, like, somebody can make it to 6 and they win, and somebody make it to 8 and they win? Like, what? Mm-hmm. Why did one person have to go 2 hours? It's not a set standard. So how can you declare a winner? Yeah. And if you get to 8 hours, does that mean they can just be like, oh, well, I want to do more?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's insane. I watched some of the videos. It's creepy. Like I said, there is scary stuff. Like, there is, like, there's a lot of props, a lot of masks, a lot of things like that. So, like, the stuff is, like, haunted house type stuff. Just what they do to you is so much more intense. Mm-hmm. So I started watching this. Well, so I watched for the video he released. I think that one is just biased. It's just all the people who failed saying, don't do this. Netflix did one, though. Okay. So this one's called The Dark Tourist. This is what I was telling you about at dinner. Mm-hmm. Basically, this guy goes around and he goes to different dark tourism locations all over the world. Mm-hmm. And he came to McKamey Manor. And at first he wasn't going to do it. But then there was a guy who was going to do it that night, and so he did it with him. So you can have a maximum of 2 people that go together. So they like go, they sign the waiver, or alerts people. They sign the waiver. It's like already like that takes hours. So like you're already tired, you're already like kind of lethargic. Then the guy's like, all right, let's get started. So they duct tape their eyes shut. Like put duct tape all over their eyes. Mm-hmm. They put a wig on him. They put a straitjacket on them, and like a diaper. Basically, it's like starting this whole like humiliation process, like and like really disorienting you. After that, they like you can't see, you can't move. They leave them like that for a while. Then they put headphones on them. That's basically just a repeat of this Russ guy, like just talking shit and trying to like get in their heads. And so this is like, they haven't even moved out of it looked like a picnic table that they were signing this stuff on. They haven't even moved off of this location. Yeah. And they're already breaking down. And so like the guy that the show's about at that point was like, I'm out, I'm done. Like they take everything off of him and he's like crying, very emotional. And the guy's like, we didn't even do anything to you. Like what's going on? And he was like, it's so disorienting that it's terrifying. Like you don't know what's coming. You don't know, like you can't see, you can't hear, you can't think, you're in your head. Like I can't do it. Mm-hmm. So then they take the other guy who had actually signed up for it. They throw him in a van. They drive some distance, get there, and there's a tub of ice water. Mm-hmm. And they put him in it, and that's when it starts. So he pushes him underwater. He's like, hold your breath for 30 seconds. Pushes him underwater, brings him back up. He's like, that was only 25. Go again. Does it again, does it again, does it again. And then during that process, that guy was out. Yeah. So it was like less than a couple of hours for both of them.
Yeah. I don't fully get why.
Same.
Like, if he's only getting paid in dog food, that makes it even more why.
And that was kind of like this guy, I think his name's David, the reporter. That was kind of his thought of it. It's like, do you enjoy it? Like, do you like get off to this? Like, like, I don't understand why. And he's like, well, I don't even remember what his answer was, but it wasn't good. Like, he just kind of like avoided the question type thing. There's not a reason. It's not like there's a charity or anything like that. I mean, there is the dog food, but like.
Yeah, but even then, that's almost like a ploy. It's because I'm just looking at the kind of Wikipedia for it, and it says he's an ex-military guy, which kind of makes sense. It's in San Diego, but actually, is he an ex-military guy? I don't know if he even is an ex-military guy. Maybe I misread that. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's stuff that he probably would have learned, and it'd be maybe useful for the military. You know, like I don't know what your top secret service, not secret service, like specialist military are, but
like special ops or whatever.
Like it'd be good for them, but I don't just
to do it. Like, I don't get it.
It just doesn't.
But like, even and then I watched this. Like, so he came back. David came back the next night and walked in, like, watched this other couple do it, and they lasted. I mean, they lasted a little bit longer, but not much longer. And they were talking to them, like, David was talking to them after, and he's like, were you, like, upset, or, like, she was like, I signed up for this, like, he just, like, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
She's like, I wanted that thrill. And it's just, like, all about chasing the thrill. I'm like, go ride a roller coaster or something, like, jump out of an airplane.
Yeah, but I guess if you've done that a million times, you lose a little bit of it, but,
like, thinking you're gonna die is not how I want to,
No, there's something for everyone, I guess. It says here that there was a couple of, what it says, one participant that used a safe word for several minutes before they stopped torturing her.
Yeah, that was the other thing. It, like, you can use the safe word, but they don't stop automatically.
And they went to hospital for extensive injuries. Doesn't say that. And it says participants can also be drugged during their experience.
Yeah.
Again, you drug someone, that's totally different. That's not them relying on their mental strength anymore, because you've altered that.
Yeah. The other thing it said, they use a lot of like induced hallucinations. So yeah, drugging them or hypnosis.
So yeah, as in the hypnosis I kind of get because that is mental strength to some degree, but drugs doesn't make any sense.
No.
And again, if you look at the military, and I'm sure places around the world they use that stuff as torture devices, but I don't know. Seems all a bit whack. I don't think you'd get away with it in other places, even if there's a waiver.
Yeah.
Could you probably, I don't know.
I don't know. It was saying that, like, a lot of people try to call the cops after and be like, this is what they did to me, and the cops are like, you signed a waiver.
Yeah.
They're technically allowed to do that.
It's weird though, because I bet you the waivers wouldn't hold up in court. Like, there are certain waivers that I know people sign that wouldn't actually hold up anywhere if you have a good lawyer.
Yeah.
So, also, it's like one step away. Have you ever seen? You haven't seen. There's movies called Hostel, which are horror movies, and they're based. Oh wow, this getting closer makes it so much better. They're horror movies based in the UK, not UK, in Europe, and it's the guys that go around the Europe on their gap year, and then they come to a hostel, and then they end up getting drugged and put into these sort of rooms, and essentially it's wealthy people from around the world come to torture you.
Okay.
And those ones end badly, and that's extreme tortures. But this is only really one step away. Imagine David then sold the abilities to do this stuff, which isn't that far-fetched considering what's happening already. Like, he was like, okay, Joe Blogs, you pay me 20 grand and you can come and do this to some random civilian.
Yeah.
And there's no reason why you couldn't do that.
And then there's no safety, checks.
Exactly. There's no repercussions, no safety checks. As in, now that this has been pushed out on BuzzFeed, there's going to be an influx of people. Again,
for sure.
No point, because no one's making any money out of it. However, apparently there's 24,000 people on the waiting list.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy. And all that's going to do is cause there to be a death.
Yeah,
There's going to be a point when someone's going to drown, or someone's going to have something else go wrong. 100%.
That's insane. I just read that if somebody's caught yelling a cuss word, they are disqualified.
What?
Yeah. Can you imagine that, going through that and not saying a cuss word?
Yes. You can. I know a number of people, when I was younger, not cuss and you'd use other words instead.
Well.
So it depends how strict they are on using a word to relieve pain, or using a specific set of words. Yeah. But even so, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the way this probably, because you're disorientated, you can't preempt that, so you would end up saying,
Yep.
fuck, easily.
Yep.
It does make you wonder, how long can I last, though?
Yeah, I
You know?
knew it.
But it does. And everybody who hears that is a little bit of like, I wonder how long I could last.
I know how long I could last. Like, probably 25 seconds. Like, they would start putting the tape on my eyes, and I'd be like, no, I'm out.
That'd be interesting, though, even just to do that portion. Like, not even duct tape, just like a blindfold, headphones, and then just kind of, I don't know, annoy you a little bit. What?
Like, just be.
Yeah. As in, I bet there'll be people out there training for it. 100%.
Yes,
if you
for
win
sure.
20 grand, there'll be people out
Yeah.
there training for it.
But also, like, that was the other thing. Like, 20 grand, yeah, it's some money, but there are haunted houses, like normal ones, that I would not even consider going in for 20 grand.
Yeah.
Where they
but
can't
again,
touch you.
That's still not like, I think that's silly for you. Well, not silly for you. It's
Like,
just how you work, how your brain works.
Watching all these people be tortured. If it was like $1 million, sure. Like, then you start thinking like, okay, maybe how long could I do this? For me, the price tag is a lot higher.
But there's so many people that do so much more for, like, okay, maybe a bigger prize overall, but put a lot more work in on just as much work.
Yeah.
Like, think of all the people that try it for Ninja Warrior, and only one person a year wins it.
Mm-hmm.
And so everybody else doesn't win $1 million. Even if it was 20 grand, it'd still be all these people trying for it. So I don't know. And I guess he's just, because he doesn't have any, you have to achieve this 4 to 8 hours. That's silly.
Yeah.
And how can you say it lasts 4 to 8 hours if no one's ever finished it?
Exactly. There's
Doesn't
no
make
way
any
to win.
sense.
So
I don't know. It's weird. There should be something again. It's going to end badly.
I think it will too.
Mm-hmm.
It's already, so it was in San Diego, and then they permanently closed that one down, and it moved to Summertown, Tennessee, and then there's also one in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yes, Tennessee and Alabama kind of makes sense almost, you know?
Yeah.
It's silly. I still think that could definitely spawn people asking, hey, I'll pay you to let me do this. Because there's already those other things about. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good if someone really intelligent did it totally non-physical. If you could manage just non-physical, that'd be really impressive.
And it just be psychological?
Just psychological.
Yeah.
And you had to, you allowed prep time to fuck with them. And then when they went to this house, last 12 hours. As soon as 12 hours does, all lights come on, you're fine.
Yeah.
I think that'd be more impressive.
For sure.
And you get a lot more participation.
Because if you're like beating and choking and like,
Yeah,
most people are going to be like, okay, I'm done. I'm tapping out. Like, but if it's like purely psychological and you're just playing with their minds, that one would be hard.
I don't know that these people know where how long I can hold my breath for.
Yeah.
So how do I know I'm not going to drown?
Yeah.
They don't know that.
Exactly.
It's silly.
Yeah.
But interesting that even happens.
Yeah, very crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Cool.
all the weird stuff that happens at Halloween.
So it wasn't so much a haunt. Well, yeah, I guess so. I think
I think that's why it came out on Facebook recently.
Those mid 2000 movies were quite. I feel like Saw and The Hostel and a whole bunch of other ones were very sort of, what do they call it? Gore horror? I don't know. That's sort of really visceral, gorish, squeamish horror movies. And now it's kind of flipped back to a little bit more Scream and Halloween type almost. Well, it was because they were redoing them, but even so. Yeah. Or It.
No.
I still don't think it's that scary though. It's got a couple of jump scares, but it's not that scary.
No.
I know the clown you don't like, but even so.
I don't like clowns.
Dang it. Oh, we've got to at one point do it where we're like this the whole time.
Like this?
It sounds fantastic.
Really?
No. Well, actually, it sounds better than when we're down back here.
No.
You'll hear it when... Anyway, all right, anything else to add about that?
No. Let us know if you guys would do it.
Yeah.
Would you attempt it? How long do you think you could last?
What would be your breaking point?
Yep.
I think
What would be your breaking point?
the water one would be tough, but I don't know. I mean, like, if these people haven't managed it, why would I?
No.
I'm just some middle-class white boy.
No.
So I don't see why I could last anything more than them. But I've never gone through any real trauma, so
Yeah.
it's hard to say. Does that make me stronger because I've not got that past experience that's affecting me, or does it make me weaker because haven't experienced it? Who knows?
I don't know.
How about you? Blindfold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That first part that I watched on the TV, I was like, I'm out.
Done.
Actually, probably just watching the whole video. Like, I didn't even watch the whole video, guys. Like, I like skimmed through it because I was like, don't want to see. He said like, oh, I threw in a scary surprise for you guys, and I was like, I'm not gonna see the scary surprise.
What would be your safe word?
So, their safe phrase is something humiliating.
Oh, okay, that's not fun.
Yeah. So it's not like it
But
has.
What? Nothing humiliates me.
Yeah, but it was like something. So it didn't say what David's was, but the other guys, like if you go in as a pair, like if we went in, I would choose yours and you would choose mine. And so like David chose for the other guy something like, even though David made it out before me, I quit. I am like this proves that I am more of a coward than David or something like that.
Oh, okay, so it's not.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Mine would be Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Yep. That's my poop word as well. I like that word.
That's
Anyway,
cool.
I was also quite sure what happened here. Our thing was corrupted. But don't worry, back to the podcast now. Princess had to learn Rumpelstiltskin's name.
Yeah. She had to guess his name, right?
Yeah. And so she overheard him saying it or something. And it was to save her baby?
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
I can't quite remember.
Her firstborn, if she learned his name.
Yeah, that was it. One of the funniest moments from like Shrek 3 was they had the fairy tale creatures. And I can't remember if it was Shrek or Donkey or one of them, or the prince or something, was speaking about Rumpelstiltskin, and he called him Frumpy Pigskin. And for some reason, that was one of the funniest moments of those movies for me. I don't know why.
That's really
Frumpy
funny.
Pigskin. All right, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good topic. Interesting. I like that stuff. Shits and hits.
Well, the show that it was on, The Dark Tourist, has been really good. Where I think Drake and I have watched like 4 episodes.
You said that's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yep.
So that's been good. I think I talked about it a little bit last time. Raising Dion.
Yeah, is that a British show?
No, maybe, but it's on Netflix too.
Yeah. What are they speak English accents?
No.
Okay, then that's not the one I think of.
Okay. But basically, it's like this kid is like starts showing supernatural abilities, and his mom has to raise him. So, hence
Mom
the name.
has to raise him. Oh God.
No, like has to like figure out how to keep him safe from himself and like not be like.
What type of powers? Like Superman powers?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. It's really cool. Yeah.
Is that hour-long episodes?
I think it's 45 minutes.
Ah, man. I want something like a solid 30 minutes. You know, where you can get a good story going and I don't have to spend my whole lunch break watching it.
But you need to watch this one. You would like this one for sure.
Okay, Netflix. I can do that. It's easy enough.
Yeah.
I've not really watched too much. I'm still on that bloody Miley Cyrus song, Slip Away or Slip something or whatever it is. Slide Away? I don't know.
Which
the one that you didn't like when you were in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
That song is my jam. That start of that song is like the best start of a song ever.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, the rest of the song's meh, but I mean that start. Anyway.
I really like Blow it's Chris Stapleton, Ed Sheeran, and Bruno Mars.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That one is.
That's a pretty good jam as well.
I like that one a lot.
It's a pretty rocky song. And they complement each other quite well, which is good. I imagine they did like a whole album day. That'd be super cool.
He did another song with Justin Timberlake. It was good too.
Who?
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, that was a couple of years ago, though, right?
I don't know. I just heard it though.
Yeah, I think they did that like at the Country Music Awards, like
probably
5 years ago, or something. I watched The Game Changers, like I spoke about the other week there. It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, not much. So as I mentioned last time, I'm on this vegan plant-based diet. So far, I don't feel much difference. It's more of a nuisance than anything else. And The Game Changers is about, if you haven't heard about it, guys, it's about promoting a plant-based diet and that we don't have to eat meat. So it's essentially go vegan. No eggs, no milk, no butter, no meat. And yeah, so far so good. Just been out a couple of times, especially this week. I missed out on some cracking meals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was at a place for brunch today. This isn't shit in it, it's just a story time. I was at a brunch place today, and the waiter came up to me, and he was a bit of a doofus. He must have been stoned or something. And he was like, so what do you want? I was like, okay, so I have a bit of an issue. I'm on a vegan diet. I'm not quite sure if this menu's got anything, and it didn't. It was all, everything had cheese at least. I was like, I'm on a vegan diet, so I can't have like the cheese and butter and stuff and most of this stuff. And I didn't feel like I had to explain the rest of the vegan diet. Because like, oh, okay, well, we have these chicken popsicles. We can take the cheese off. I'm like, I get what you're saying. There's still chicken on that. He's like, oh yeah, okay. All right, well, we can give you an omelette without any cheese. I'm like, okay. There's eggs in an omelette? I can't have eggs. Ah, right, okay, right. So you can have this blue cheese salad. I'm like, no, I don't know where the guy was coming from.
God.
He was a complete moron. And I feel like he didn't know what vegan was, because he went away and I ended up having a watermelon salad. That was crap. And then he didn't bring it back to me. And then he started like spouting. I was like, you don't have to be vegan. You can eat meat and be a vegan. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, you can get your antioxidants from your vegetables and still eat meat. And they'll kind of work alongside each other. I'm like, what, do you think I've been a vegan all my life? And I know this. Do you think I've just done this out of a whim and not wondered? And I was like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
This guy was a complete moron. Started to try to educate me on what veganism is. And then on top of that, if I was vegan, he was then trying to convince me to eat meat. And I was like, I'm not a fucking weird guy.
Damn.
Yeah, I was not happy. Well, I was perfectly happy. I was like, you're a twat.
Just amused.
Yeah,
just kind of like,
we were. Because I was there with Blake and Chris Holman, and we were just like, what's this guy?
Yeah.
But Chris is very nice, so he's kind of humouring him. Well, I don't know if he was humouring. Chris is just a nice guy, so he's trying to rate him. And I'm like, this guy's a clown. Leave me
That's
alone.
hilarious.
Anyway, yeah, Game Changers, watch it if you want. Don't buy into it necessarily. I would recommend changing at least 1 or 2 meals to
Yeah,
more
just
veggies.
change it up.
Just eat more veggies, fuck.
Yeah.
Just eat more veggies. So many people speak to me about diet these days, and I'm like, just eat more veggies.
Yeah, that's
You'll
really
be
all you
fine.
have to do.
More veggies, less sugar.
Yeah.
Kanye was best albums out this week. I've not listened to it yet, but I'm going to listen to it. And I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, so, it doesn't matter. Foo Fighters have a song called The One that came out in like 2002, and I never realised it was never on an album. It was like a track made for the movie Orange Country, I think probably.
Okay.
And it was like a B-side to an album. And they just brought it out again on Spotify. I was like, oh, I didn't know I didn't have this song available to me.
Okay.
And it's one of my favourite Foo Fighters songs.
Cool. I bet Drake will like that.
Yeah, well, me and Drake actually spoke about it this week.
There you go.
And I think that's about it.
Okay.
Anything else? All right, sweet. Okay, well, in that case, I've been Liam.
And I'm Kayla.
And this has been MumbleCast.
Bye.
Bye.